All right, let's talk about something kinda wild. There's this massive, invisible market out there, worth billions and billions of dollars. And you wanna know what the product is that's being bought and sold? It's us. It's our data. So let's dive in and see how this whole thing actually works.
So have you ever had this feeling? It's that creepy sense that the ads you're seeing are just a little too specific. Like maybe your phone is listening or every single click is being watched. Well, spoiler alert, you're not imagining things.
You know the drill. You glance at a pair of red shoes on some shopping site, maybe just for a second, and then boom, all of a sudden, those exact same shoes are everywhere. Every website you visit, every app you open, that is not a coincidence, and it's definitely not magic. It's a system, a very deliberate one, and we're about to pull back the curtain on it.
Okay, so how on earth does this digital shadowing actually happen? Well, it all kicks off with something I'm sure you've heard of, but maybe you haven't really dug into the nitty-gritty. Cookies.
And this is super important to understand. There are two main types, right? First-party cookies are actually pretty helpful. They're the good guys. They're the reason a website remembers your login or why your stuff stays in your shopping cart. They work for you to make your life easier. But then you have third-party cookies, and these guys, they work for advertisers. They're like little spies. They get placed on your browser, and their entire job is to follow you from site to site, building a little diary of everything you do online.
But here's the thing. These tracking cookies, they're really just the beginning. They're like the scouts, gathering intel for a much, much bigger operation, a massive hidden industry that trades your information faster than you can blink. So get this, the instant a web page starts to load, an auction kicks off. It's basically a stock exchange, but instead of trading shares, they're trading your attention. It's called real-time bidding. In just milliseconds, a little packet of data about you is sent out to hundreds of companies. They all place bids for the chance to put an ad in that empty space on your screen. And this whole thing happens in less time than it takes for the page to even appear. It's absolutely wild.
So how often is this happening? Take a look at this number, 747. That is how many times, on average, a single American's online activity and location is broadcast to this ad market every single day. Think about that. Per day. When you do the math on that, it adds up to trillions and trillions of data broadcasts every year. The sheer scale is just mind-boggling.
So what exactly is in this data packet that's being auctioned off? Well, it's called bidstream data, and it's a lot more than you might think. We're talking about your precise location, your IP address, unique identifiers for your phone or computer, a list of websites you've been on, your age, your gender, you name it. It's this combination that's so incredibly powerful because it paints this super detailed, intimate picture of you for all these companies. And yeah, even the ones who don't win the auction still get to see your data.
And here's where it all comes together. This is the end game. All those little bits of data from all those auctions get scooped up by companies called data brokers. They piece it all together to build this shadow profile of you. You can think of it like a digital twin that knows your habits, who you know, where you go, all so they can predict what you're going to do or buy next. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Okay, so what? I get some targeted ads, maybe for stuff I actually like. What's the big deal? And you know, that's a fair question. But the thing is, the consequences go way, way beyond just getting some annoying ads.
You see, data brokers don't just collect facts about what you do. They make guesses, inferences about who you are. Based on the websites you visit, they can slap these labels on your profile. Really sensitive things like depression sufferer or financially challenged. And they do this without you ever knowing it's happening.
And this profiling leads to very real, very serious harm. It means someone searching online for need money help gets targeted with predatory, high-interest loans. It means landlords can use this data to illegally screen out potential tenants based on their race. We've seen problem gamblers get bombarded with casino ads. We've seen individuals get outed based on their app usage. It's even been used to profile people at protests. This is where it stops being creepy and starts becoming genuinely dangerous.
Okay, I know that all sounds incredibly bleak, and it's really easy to feel like we're totally powerless against this giant machine. But we're not, I promise. There is a powerful and surprisingly simple tool that lets us all fight back.
It's called Global Privacy Control, or GPC for short. The best way to think about it is like a universal do not disturb sign for your data. But here's the key difference. This one actually has legal power behind it. It's just a simple setting in your browser that tells every single website you visit, hey, you do not have my permission to sell or share my data. Automatically.
Think about how we used to have to do this. You'd have to scroll all the way to the bottom of every single website, hunt for that tiny little "do not sell my information" link, click it, navigate a bunch of confusing menus. It was a total pain. With GPC, you turn on one setting one time. That's it. Your browser handles the rest, sending that no signal for you everywhere you go online. It's a game changer.
So let's get into how this automated signal actually works, and maybe more importantly, why do companies actually have to listen to it?
It really couldn't be simpler. It's basically a one-and-done setup. First, you just turn on the GPC setting in a browser that supports it. Second, your browser just starts automatically sending that "do not sell" request to every site you visit. And third, and this is the magic part, under laws like the one in California, companies are legally required to honor that signal. It's not a suggestion, it's your legal right.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. This has serious legal backing. California's former Attorney General Xavier Becerra said it plain as day. Businesses must treat a GPC signal as a legally valid request to opt out. That's what gives this whole thing real teeth.
And the momentum behind this is just incredible. U.S. Senator Ron Wyden pointed out that tens of millions of people are already using browsers with this feature. He called it a big step forward. This isn't some tiny niche thing for tech experts. It's becoming a mainstream movement for privacy. So when you turn this setting on, you are definitely not alone. Just look at this number. We're talking over 150 million people who are already using browsers and extensions that support GPC. You're joining this huge collective voice that's demanding better privacy for everyone online.
And getting set up is super easy. Seriously, if you use a browser like Brave or DuckDuckGo, congratulations, it's already on by default for you. In Firefox, it's just a simple switch you flip in the privacy settings, and for other browsers, you can just add a great extension like Privacy Badger from the EFF. It takes like 30 seconds.
So here's the bottom line. You have a choice here. You do not have to just be a passive product in this massive data economy. With one simple click, you can transform your browser from a silent bystander into your own personal privacy advocate, one that works to protect you on every single website you visit.
With tools like Global Privacy Control, your browser can finally speak up on your behalf. It can send a clear message. So the only question left is, what are you going to tell it to say?